Hello, everybody, and welcome back for one last ride at Brands Hatch. This week, we bring our Pro-Am class. Hello, everybody, ladies, gentlemen, all the amazing boys and girls out there. Evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Welcome to our live broadcast presented by DDR Racing. And I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. Family-friendly broadcast here, so please don't be shy. Let the whole family come in and indulge in on the sim racing fun we're about to throw down here. All right, so on the screen in front of us tonight is Brands Hatch. Much like Monday from our AM class and last night from our Pro class, we're running the same track and the same settings. So we're just going to go through it again for everybody. And for those of us that are just tuning in for the first time this series this week, we'll get you caught up to speed. So we are in the United Kingdom here this week. We are at Brands Hatch. It is a real-world circuit, and it has a tarmac road surface. It appears in Gran Turismo 6, Gran Turismo Sport, and Gran Turismo 7. It has two current layouts in the GT7 platform. All right, let's rock through. Let's keep moving and grooving. All right, so these are our race settings. On the left-hand side of the screen are our very specific settings. This is for the whole series. And on the right-hand side is tonight's settings for our event. So let's get through it. All right, so the qualifying settings are the same as our racing conditions, and we'll get to that here in just a couple of minutes' time. We have any Group 3 cars here available tonight. I had a little brain fart there. Thank you for everybody for staying with me there. Except for the Group 3 Toyota Supra, basically all the Group 3 Toyota cars and all Group 3 VGT cars. So those are forbidden on the racetrack. Every other Group 3 car is 100% game. We have the lobby opening up at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and qualifying starts at 9:30. You can see we're getting very close here. BOP is on. Tuning is prohibited. Boost is turned off. All the races will be a grid start with a false start check. Slipstream is real. Damage is on heavy. We start with a full tank of gas. The only aids accepted are traction control and anti-lock braking. Everything else will be turned off here for our Pro-Am division. Grip on the track is real and also on track edge. And the required tire must be used for a mandatory of 2 laps. So an out lap, a full circuit lap, and then an in lap will allow these drivers to have met their tire mandate throughout our series. Our penalty settings is as follows. Ghosting is turned off. We have shortcut penalties turned on weak. Wall penalties are off. We have contact penalties turned off. We have race officials to deal with those situations. We have our pit line penalties turned on, and all flag rules do apply. Yeah, that's the basic stuff anyways. That's the important stuff. Let's get through. I can't read the rest of it, that's why. All right, so our races today. We have 2 races for everybody here again this evening. We're going to have a very short sprint race. It's going to be started off with a 15-minute qualifying run, and then a 15-minute sprint race. It's going to be the racing medium tire only allowed, no fuel, no tire. Drivers get to send it on afternoon sunny conditions. In race 2, we're going to take the finishing order from race 1, reverse it, slap them on the grid, and run them for 30 minutes. Mandatory tires will be the racing soft and the racing medium tire, which will require a pit stop throughout this race. When the drivers choose to do that is entirely up to them, as long as they meet their minimum amount of laps per tire. The fuel will be at times 4. The tires will be at times 4 every time around the track. 4 laps used of tires, and you know it, 4 laps used in fuel, ladies and gentlemen. The weather is going to be S10, misty and sunny with lots of clouds. It'll be evening time, so it'll be not dark yet, but getting towards dark. And with the cloud cover, of course, will cool the track down. And of course, weather model here is at times 8 multipliers. So 1 hour essentially works out to 8 hours time on the racetrack, we believe. All right, trackside. Oh, hold on. We don't have something working here. Give me uno momento. You're going to see a funny screen for a second, and then we'll see the TV again. Boop. Perfect. All right. We got sound. We're loving it. ATB about to put on a show. Let's go Pro-Am. Good luck all. Go ATK. Hey, let's go racing. How's it going, Lucas? Hope you're being safe, my guy. Hope you enjoy the listening on your drive. I'll try to keep it exciting for you, my dude. All right, we got Christian Edwards coming in with the like on the stream and the follow also right at the end of the stream last night. So welcome in, my guy. We appreciate that extra level of support with that follow. Welcome to the Winner Circle community and stay winning, man. We really do appreciate all the support here. TDC coming in with the heart and the share, and Paul Blostrom also coming in with the heart over there on Facebook. Welcome in everybody on YouTube as well. We appreciate you all viewing over there. Do me a favor, everybody, before we get started here, shall we? Let's hit a couple of buttons for our boy GT45 Gaming here. Let's hit those likes. Let's hit those shares. Absolutely free to do. And, you know, it's legendary because it helps us grow. The more we grow, the better chance we have it in the future doing this full time. And if we can do this full time, imagine how many more races your boy Ghost gets to commentate. There's an advantage to hitting those free buttons. But we do appreciate your support. Even if you're just viewing, we appreciate your viewership as well. If you're just chilling, sitting there watching because you enjoy watching the content, we love you for it. We're just giving you a hard time. But if you can and you're willing, we would appreciate it. And if you're new to the page and you like the racing that you see in the commentary here, again, family-friendly broadcasts, these particular broadcasts as well. So you can get everybody involved. Just hit that follow or that subscribe button. Hit the little bell. And turn on those live notifications. We'd really appreciate it. We love you all for it. Bo coming in with the like. We got Corey coming in with the like and the share. And it's starting to light up. All right. We're going to reset the lobby. We're going to get these drivers going. All right. I got to put you down for a second. Whoop. I'll try to stay nice and close so we keep that audio nice and juicy. Alright, we gotta make 3 changes. We gotta knock that down. We're gonna knock that down. And this one right here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bada bing, bada boom. Drivers are going to tick in. When the drivers tick in, that's a signal that these drivers are ready. Now, this is our lobby that we are testing live in race control in officially this season. So this has some stipulations for our drivers, and this is going to be some tough stipulations for some drivers. They are required to stay in the driver's chat all race long. They are also required to mute every single individual in that driver's chat except for race control. That prevents any opers from another driver by accident, any extra background noise, and that allows communication from race control to only the drivers themselves. Race control only speaks when needs to speak. Other than that, race control there is just noting what's happening in the race, taking notes, and making sure that we don't miss any red flag situations. So let's see how it all goes. All right, we got yes, we are good to go. We have everybody ticked in. Going to say hello to the awesome drivers that are about to put on this amazing show for everybody. And they're ticking in. Race control is on it. Murray coming in with that share on the stream as well. We appreciate you, my guy, coming in with the double likes and the double shares. Legend. All right. Look at this, eh? Look how efficient this is. These drivers are on it no matter what. No matter what. All 3 divisions have been on point so far this season. We've had a couple of situations where we've had to do some hard resets on the lobbies. Everybody's just on point. Love it. Are we ready for qualifying, chat? I know I am. Just checking my numbers before I do anything here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to introduce you to our, and a very fast Pro-Am lobby, I'm going to say as well. So, I mean, these are the mid-class drivers here. These are the drivers that didn't make the Pro lobby, but are faster than that amateur lobby. So we should expect to see some super, super close racing here this evening from these Pro-Ams. We saw some really great racing from the pros, but the pros, they kind of, as soon as I hit the right button, I'll get the option I'm looking for here. they spread out in the second race because the race start there was a few separate incidents all within a very short amount of time on the racetrack, which we're not going to say anything further about because it's still all under review, of course. But it kind of spread the field out very early on in the race, and then it was a lot of drivers trying to regain, trying to catch positions. So the 30-minute sprint race from the pros was not lacking action, that's for sure, but it was a different race than definitely expected with the reverse grid setup. So pros being pros, man, they just want to just drive fast and win, and well, they definitely drove fast and they definitely pushed hard, and we had very close finishes and very close battles all race long. So I expect to see the same thing from the Pro-Ams, except I do expect to see battling all race long from these Pro-Ams. It's just how they do it. It's just how they do it. These are drivers, Pro-Am division in this series specifically. This is the drivers that we would expect to see are very comfortable with their pace. They're comfortable with their driving style. They're not trying to push any further right now. They're just chilling. They're enjoying their pace and still learning, but they're not, looking for that immediate half-second game like some drivers do, right? They're chilling. They're happy right now. They're enjoying the good, fun, clean racing, and it's going to be tight this season. The Pro-Am is super close in qualifying all season long, and once we get some beautiful graphics to show everybody, we'll break it all down for everybody. So it's going to be CB Matt Murch here from Victory Pace Racing. He's going to be the first driver to put in a hot lap as he comes around Paddock Hill Bend. We've got the Humble guys, Trone Kobe here as well in the McLaren 650S here in our Pro-Am. We've got Lucky Alpha from VPR. He's going to come out in that GTR. We've got TT Egon here representing Canada, and he's in that 911 Porsche as well. We've got VPR's Miguel, and he is also in a Nissan GTR. We have Pete Snow. He's opted to go with that Porsche 911 RSR as well. We've got Team Rad Nolander, team founder as well, in the BMW M6. We've got ATK Motorsports Death choosing to go with that 2016 Mercedes. We've got 1010's Fast Ginger also going with a McLaren 650S. The Humble Guys Sticky Bandit in that Lexus here in 10th place. We've got Apex Sim Racing's ATB in 11th right now on the track in the GTR. We've got VPR's CB Merch here also in a Porsche 911 RSR, and last but not least VPR Marv or Agent Orange in the 911 RSR as well. So it should be a good one. We have lots of similar cars in this. We should provide close racing from those cars as well. So let's go. So it is going to be Matt coming across our line first here for the first lap of qualifying for our season 1 round 1. It's a 26 flat. Let's see what Trone has here as he comes through. Is he going to take that time away? It's a 25.9. He's going to take that pole position away. It's still third place for Lucky Alpha. Egon's going to move up into third. Let's see what Miguel's got here. Stays in fifth. Pete Snow's going to move up into second. Let's see what Nolander has as he comes across the line. It's going to be fourth. ATK Death's going to be pole position. Fast Ginger, let's see what he's got as he comes around here. It's going to be fifth. Ooh. I think Miguel's... I lost our 10th place driver there. We'll have to see where he ended up. We've got ATB here, Apex Sim Racing's Guardian, in 11th place as he comes around for his first lap. Let's see what he does, and it's good enough for 9th place. We got CB Merch coming around here in the Porsche 911. Let's see what he's got for his first lap. It's good enough for 5th, and Agent Orange is going to be the last driver to record his first lap of qualifying, and let's see where he ends up here. It's going to be 10th place. All right, so we've seen lots of different drivers moving around. So this is going to be the pro lobby all over again. We've seen that pro lobby last night split by hairs in qualifying. I think we're going to see the same thing here tonight. So it's Sticky Bandit currently sitting on pole position with a very quick time, 25.2. Let's see what else he's got. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we just wanted to leave you with the sights and the sounds there. So it is CB Matt now sitting in pole position, and we have ATB who's moved up into second. Sticky Bandit has dropped down to third there with those drivers coming through. Rad Nolander in fourth place. We had one driver mate just getting out of the way there. Tron Kobe here in fifth. We've got ATK Death in sixth. We've got, oh, it's Pete there pulled off the side. We got Merch in ninth. We've got Fast Ginger in 10th place. We've got Egon in 11th. We've got Lucky Alpha in 12th, and Miguel here right now currently sitting in 13th position. Come on, Death. Let's go, ATK. How's it going, Leo? How's it going, Adam? Appreciate you. Have a good stream. Appreciate you, my dude. Alright, so CB Matt is currently our provisional pole sitter and purple on his best lap so far. That's a 125.1, so the drivers are starting to get the rhythm. They're starting to feel the cars underneath of them, so now we're going to start seeing these guys put some times down here. It's a nice time, a 24.9 right there from CB Matt, so that puts him 0.3 of a second ahead of second place ATB. Sticky Bandit here still holding strong there in third, but we've seen Trone jump up into fourth place there that time around with a 125.2, so that was a nice lap there from Trone. Oh, there we go. We got Sticky Bandit and Fast Ginger just up ahead of him here coming around Clark's curve right now. Let's see what these two put in. Ginger was in 10th, and that moves him up into 5th. That was a great lap right there by Ginger. Sticky Bandit stays in 3rd, so Ginger with a 25.353 there. Let's see what ATB has as he comes back around here. It was not an improvement there. Let's find our next driver closest. Nolander's just coming through. Oh, we got Death getting it wrong coming out of Griffin Bend there on that exit curve, and that exit curve is dangerous. We got Agent Orange coming through. He's not going to improve this time around. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got Egon. We don't really have anybody that close to the start-finish line here at the moment, so let's jump on with Matt. CB Matt, so we do have brothers here in this division as well. It's going to be interesting to see how that develops between those guys as well. We got Metha and Lucas coming in with those likes as well over on Facebook. We appreciate everybody no matter what platform it is you're watching. We just hope you enjoy the great race we're about to see here tonight. Not one, but two. Alright, so he doesn't get an improvement there, but the consistency is most certainly there. He was less than a 10th off his personal best right there, which currently is a 124.924. So he is definitely in the groove here at Brands Hatch, and potentially one of those drivers that we should be looking out for right off the bat here this season. So it's Fast Ginger, we got Nolander, we got Death, we got Agent Orange. This is going to be a debut season for this driver here. We've got Egon, a returning driver. We've got Pete Snow, also a returning driver. We've got CB Merch here, and I believe this is going to be his first season here as well. So debut for him. We got Miguel as a returning driver from last season, and Lucky Alpha also a first-time runner here at GT45 Gaming and DDR. So we got 3 debut drivers here in this, well, what I like to call a stacked Pro-Am lobby. I am really excited to see what these guys are going to do here tonight. We got a mixture of course, wheel, controller, and VR2 drivers on the track as well. That always adds a little extra intrigue into the racing. And, well, an excited group of racers. So, nerves are going to be a thing here for the very first race to start off with. Some of these drivers have a routine. Some of these drivers are going to learn how to deal with those things as things happen. It might take some of these drivers 2 or 3 laps maybe to settle into the race before they start to feel comfortable, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they all handle it. Go Death, go. Go Death, go. Ooh, big slide right there. We got 4 ways on there from Miguel. I think that's the signal maybe that he bottled his lap, or I'm not sure what that is. Not sure. Alright, so still CB Matt sitting in pole position. We still have 6 minutes remaining, just a little under now, in qualifying here. So it's going to relate to about 4, maybe 5 laps, depending on where the driver on the track is. We have ATB sitting in second place, and let's stick with ATB as he's coming around here. We don't know if he's up or down. Takes a wide exit out of Clark's corner, takes all of that corner. Should give him some good speed coming across the line. Ooh, it was close. It was a 25.094, and that's going to be good enough to get him a little bit closer there, but not quite good enough for that pole position yet. Sticky Bandit there wasn't able to improve on his lap there. Trone is still looking for a faster lap than the one he's got. We got Rat Nolander here. Agent Orange is coming through with a 25.9 there, but it doesn't move him up anything there either. Egon comes through with a 25.4, and that puts him up into 7th. Agent Orange in 8th currently. We've got ATK's Death here in 9th, and he's got Pete Snow right on the back door there. That could benefit both these drivers or hurt both these drivers depending on how it all works out around the lap, but I guess we're about to find out. We got CB Merch currently sitting in 11th. We've got Miguel here in 12th place, and we got Lucky Alpha in 13th. That is a really good looking livery too, I gotta say. I like the blending and just the subtleties that I've seen so far in it. Well done. What is up, Scott? How are we doing, my guy? Good evening to you as well. Coming in with the reaction and the share on the stream as well. The legend himself, our AM division round 1 or race 1 and race 2 winner, DDR Hulky, up in the house here, coming to check in on what's going on here in this Pro AM division today. All right, so Matt is in that pole position. We got ATB, and who's up in front of him there? I believe it is Miguel. So let's see if we see Miguel pop up in those top 8 there. We do not see ATB find any more time that time around either. So far, CB Matt holding strong there in pole position. Got Team Rat Nolander, who just dropped a spot there as Tron Kobe jumps, ATK Death jumps up into P2 there. So ATK Death hooked up a lap there at 125.014. So that means we are getting real close. Lucky 7, let's go VPR. How you doing, my brother? Appreciate you. CB Matt from VPR right now sitting in provisional pole. ATK Death sitting in second, and Apex Sim Racing's ATB sitting in third. That has a THG driver sitting in fourth, and then a teammate right in behind there, Tron Kobe. So breaking the trend there a little bit, but we almost had one from each team sitting in the top end of qualifying here. That would have been kind of cool. Got TT Fast Ginger getting a little bit of an improvement there as well and jumping over top of his teammate Egon there up in front. We've got Agent Orange in 9th place. We've got Petey here in 10th. We've got Merch in 11th from VPR, Miguel from VPR, and Lucky Alpha here from VPR. So it's going to be a good race. It's going to be a good race. I can see it. I can feel it. We got less than a 10 separating first from second place. He is up right now, though. CB Matt is looking to improve here. We have less than a 10th from second to third. We have a 1.5 tenths from third to fourth place, and then it's a paper thin gap between Sticky Bandit and Tron Kobe, 2 1,000ths of a second. We got a 1/2 tenth between Tron and Nolander. Then there's a 2 100ths between Nolander and Ginger. There's a 10th between him and Egon. There's a 10th between him and Agent Orange. There's 2 1,000ths between him and Pete, and then there's 4 tenths to Merch. So that's where the biggest gap right now in the field is between 10th and 11th place. Other than that, it is less than a 10th of a second down from driver to driver. So, ooh, you know what that means. We got a juicy one on our hands tonight, folks. Let's go, Sticky. Hey, hello, boy, the teams, the fans, the drivers, the teammates, everybody's in the house tonight. Let's go, Apex. Got you all boys on the big screen in the living room. Let's go. All right. Hello, Clarissa. Let's go, Matt VPR, baby. Oh, what is up? Oh boy, it is hot up in the stands here tonight. So Matt doesn't get an improvement there, and potentially 2 more cracks at this yet. We're gonna sit here with ATK's Death here as he comes in through Dingledale. Ah, yes. We got it this time. Less than a second across majority of the field. It's gonna be tight all night. Oh, it's gonna be yeah, it should be. It should be. That's what it's at least that's what it's leading up to. Not like those crazy pro drivers. I don't know, they like to make life hard on themselves, don't they, chat? Alright, ATV here in third. We got Sticky in fourth. We've got Tron in fifth. We've got Nolander in sixth. Ginger's, he's just going to sit there and leave the clock run out. We've got Egon in ninth. We've got Agent Orange in 10th. Now we've got CB Merch in 11th. Miguel in 12th. And it looks like Lucky. Oh, Lucky's coming in for some rubber there, it looks like. Getting a little bit of pit lane practice in before the races start here tonight. Maybe not a bad idea. Make sure that crew is firing on all cylinders. CB Matt purple again here as he comes out of the Dingledale sector. And as he's heading into Clearways and into Clark's Curve, let's see if he can improve that fastest lap here. 124.924 right now, and he was a 10th up. So let's see what that relates to here. Oh, it's definitely an improvement. It was a 124.764. That gives him a little bit more of a cushion there on ATK Death chasing. He's put it back into pit lane. We still have ATB out to running a hot lap here. He may be able to grab that from CB Matt here yet. Any one of these drivers could take that pole position. Nolander making a mistake there. He's just going to pull it off on the final corner of Dingledale. And here we go. Into Clearways comes ATB. He should take the checkered flag here as the timer is going to run out in a second. Let's see what he's got as he comes across. It is not going to be an improvement there. He's going to stay in P3 as he comes across the line. Matt is still on a flyer as well. Where's Sticky? Sticky is just coming into Clark's corner here right now. So he's going to finish up his qualifying run. Let's see if he can improve on that 25.2. Ooh, it looks like a good run there. Ooh, it's a 25.083, and it's going to be good enough to sneak just ahead of ATB right there. And he's going to take that third position away from ATB. Pete is finished up there, it looks like. Definitely. All right, so we have Egon still out on a flyer. We have Agent Orange, I believe, still out on a flyer as well. Actually, I think Agent Orange is right there at Clark's curve, so we'll stick with Agent Orange here as he comes through. And, ooh, that was a good lap. It was a 25.3, and it's good enough for 8th place there for him. So he finds a little more time there as well and leapfrogs Egon and Pete Snow. Let's see what Egon has here as he comes around, and this might be a decent little time here as well. So consistency looks quite good here from Egon. This is one of our VR2 drivers here as well. It's a 25.43, so it was a small improvement for him. It's going to just put him ahead of Pete Snow up in 9th place. Merch is finished up. Alright, it does look like that is it. I think all our drivers are finished here. Woof. I gotta say, I think that's tighter than the pro qualifying run here, chat. We have 2/10 from pole to 2nd place, and then it's hairs. It's a 10th, it's a 100th, 1.5 tenths, half a tenth, 2 100ths, 5 100ths, we have another 5 100ths, we have 1 100th, we have, and then a half a second. So there's a little bit of a split there from the top 10 to the bottom 3 there, but qualifying and racing are going to be two completely different things here. So the driver can put in a hot lap, no problem, in 15 minutes around a track to get the absolute best time they can around the racetrack. But now these drivers got to try and win a race over a 15-minute sprint with 12 other cars side by side to start things off here. So it's about to get interesting. Ooh, we got some damage here on CB Matt's car there as well. Yeah, what is it? Where are we at here? It's 2 seconds to 13th. 13th, 12th, and 11th are just a smidge off the pace of the rest of the field there, and they're really not that far off of the pace. So that was some good qualifying right there. I mean, we're at 6/10 from 1st to 8th place. So 10th place is 1.2 sec. 11th place, sorry, is 1.2 seconds. The top 10 are really separated by less than 3/4 of a second. So yeah, that's an impressive qualifying right there from our drivers, and that should make for a doozy of a race. Doozy. Ooh, are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? Race 1. 15-minute sprint, no tire, no fuel, racing mediums only. All right, so we got some readies going down the line here. All right, we're going to hit that button, and race control is going to line these drivers up, and we are going to kick it. Let's go, ATV. Just waiting for 3 more drivers to confirm here. 2 more drivers to confirm. All right, we're kicking it. We are kicking it. All right, apparently we had 2 drivers that missed a memo. Solid laps, good luck all. Play nice now, and we'll see. Great job, Matt. Let's go ATB, start the race. All right, we're starting a race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Let's try to do this as quickly as possible here. without interfering with the start of the race. We got our screen switched properly. And we're going to start on, of course, our pole sitter, CB Matt Mertz. So he's going to get that pole position bonus here today as well. So he starts the season off in the championship point standings lead. 1 point for CB Matt. And we are green, 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 and we are kicking it. Kick them tires, light them fires. We're already racing, chat. And we are off side by side. ATK Death on the outside here. CB Matt going into Paddock Hill Bend and immediately challenging for the lead of that race. And he gets that job done. He's going to take the lead. Matt's going to settle in second place. We got Sticky Bandit side by side with ATB here coming through. Druids for the first time. And it looks like Sticky Bandit's got the edge, but ATB's hanging in there. And that's going to give him the inside corner through Griffins here. Ooh, there it is. So he just gets the job done, defends that position. So it's going to be ATB, moving up into third place, and Sticky not quite defending the position from ATB. Nolander here in fifth. We got Trone side by side with Nolander heading into third. He's now looking to grab a position here early on as well. And some beautiful door-to-door racing right there by our McLaren and BMW driver, but boy, that BMW got a good run through there, and Trone's just going to settle it right back in behind Nolander. Agent Orange in seventh. We got Fast Ginger in eighth, and Petey takes a look, but he's not going to have the room there. He's just going to have to settle back in line around Hawthorns here. TTE going in 10th place. Alpha looked like he went a little bit wide there, but he keeps it underneath him. That was a great job. We've got CB Merch here in 12th, and we've got Miguel in 13th, and oh boy, we got looks like Egon got into an incident there. Was there another driver involved? It may have been Agent Orange. All right, so we do have a two-car incident here. We have one with suspension damage and one with front aero damage. So that's not, of course, going to call for a red flag situation here, as it was just two drivers involved and not full damage involved. It is unfortunate for those two drivers. It is sprint race here, and that damage will stick. So they're going to have to decide if they're going to pit or they're going to just tough it out here and see what happens. So it is ATK Death 1 second up the road from CB Matt. ATB here in third place. We got Sticky in fourth, Nolander in fifth, and Trone Kobe here in sixth. And then there's just a tiny little gap, half a second. Oh, red flag has been called by Miss Devious here. So race control has called that red flag. She saw something that I did not see there. And that's why we have race control. That's why we have race control, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we are going to have to reset this, and we are going to have to start it again. All right, well, with that being said, chat, we're going to flip it here for a second. We're going to leave you on this screen right here. We're going to leave you with a couple of visuals of Brands Hatch as soon as I get the right buttons clicked. And I'm going to get this this set right back in. Oh no, that high speed right and dirty air is so tough. It is. It really is. Alright, so the call comes from race control. We had 3 cars with heavy damage on them. That is the call for the red flag. That is one of our red flags called here tonight in our first race. We're going to set it back up, but I do need to change the settings in order to be able to do that. Alright. Alright, as soon as we get everybody verified in, we will get this set right back up. Alright. Oh, I moved away from my mic. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just, I'm focusing in here so we can get this right and get this thing going here right away. Death Sticky ATB. Trone, Nolander, Ginger, Orange. There he is. Egon, Pete, Merch. Pete. Mr. CB. Miguel, and Lucky. Alright, one more time. So we have Matt, Death, Sticky, Guardian, Trone, Nolander, Ginger, Marv, Egon, Pete, Merch, Miguel, and Alpha. Yes, we are good to go. All right. All right, let's do it. One more time here, chat. We're going to flip you over before I forget, because we forgot last night. Oh, we did. We totally forgot last night, and you missed a lot of fun. So it is in the highlight reel posted over on the YouTube channel, though. However, our pro highlight reel for week 1 is there on the channel and available for viewing whenever it is that you can or want to. Go check it out. All right, kick them tires, light them fires. We're going racing again. Brands Hatch Sprint Race Round 1 Pro-Am Class starts again here right now. We have 4 reds, 5 reds, and we're just waiting for that green flag to drop one more time there. All right, we are green, 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 and we got 2. Getting a slow start there in the back of the grid. Might be intentional. All right, so ATK Death tried to do the same power move on the outside there again, but CB Matt was 100% ready for it. ATB and Sticky Bandit here are going to re-engage, but everybody settles back in. A little bit of a touch there between those two, a little tap between Sticky and ATB there, and they continue on down the road. But that definitely allowed Nolander to take a look, and he goes up. Oh, nope, he's going to back out there. Tron is in 6th place. He did take a look there on Sticky for a second, but realized, you know what? It's early on. We'll hold on for that. We got Egon here in 7th place. We got PD in 8th. We've got Ginger in 9th. We've got CB Merch here in 10th place. We got Agent Orange in 11th. We got Miguel in 12th, and Lucky Alpha here in 13th. As we go to 12th place, we got Miguel and Agent Orange side by side here. So it's Porsche versus GTR as they come down the straightaway here. And as we head into Hawthorns, he definitely is there. Nope, he pulls in behind there. So the Porsche goes in deep, and the GTR brakes right where you expect it to brake. So that is going to be the difference between some of these cars here tonight. The mid-rear engine cars are really going to be able to send it into the corners of this track, where the front engine cars, the rear-wheel drive cars, are going to have to brake a little bit earlier than these mid-rear engine cars just to get that car to rotate around. But these front engine rear-wheel drive cars have lots of pull on these straight lines over these nimble little mid-rear engine cars like the McLaren and the Porsche. But CB Matt breaking free, 1.3 seconds, and ATK Death is like, oh man, okay, well, let's go get him then. Sitting here in 2nd place, we got ATB in 3rd place right now, and it's just a fraction in behind ATK Death. And boy, Dirty Air definitely pushed out that GTR wide. Sticky Bandit's now giving him the business here in the Lexus Nolander. Ooh, cutting across there for the inside line on Tron Kobe there. I'm not sure if he knew that Tron was there or what was going on there, but he decided he wanted that inside line there. We got Egon in 7th place. We got Ginger in 8th. We got Merch right there in behind in 9th. We got Agent Orange in 10th. We've got Miguel here in 11th. 12th and 13th is PD and Alpha. So I'm not sure what happened to Pete here, as he just must have made a mistake, but no damage on that race car. And now we are on lap 2. Red flags don't matter here anymore. These drivers need to just send this thing here, keep it right and tight, and let the battle ensue. All right, CB Matt in 1st place. We've got ATK Death in 2nd. We've got ATB in 3rd. We've got Sticky in 4th. We've got Nolander in 5th, and Tron Kobe right there in 6th place. Mr. I can't get better than a 129. Wink, wink. We have TT Egon in 7th place. We've got TT Fast Ginger in 8th right in behind. We've got CB Merch in 9th. We've got Orange in 10th. We've got Miguel here in 11th. Petey giving him the business here. So looks like Petey is going to try and make a move, but Miguel's going to take that semi-mid racing line there and try just to defend the corner from the middle. It seems like he got it done. Lucky Alpha in 13th position. So we have a great tight pack there in the middle, but CB Mad, he's running. He's like, I'm out. Catch me if you can, boys. ATK Death here is definitely a driver that can do it, though, as he was just only split by 1/10 of a second. Any one of these drivers can catch up, and any one of these drivers can make a mistake at any time, so it's going to be an interesting next 12 minutes. All right, so Death cruising. We've got ATB here in 3rd. We've got Sticky in 4th. We've got Tron in 5th. We've got Egon in 6th. We've got Ginger in 7th. We've got Merch in 8th. We've got Orange in 9th. We've got Nolander in 10th. We've got Miguel in 11th. We've got Petey here in 12th. We've got Lucky in 13th. All right, so Matt running 124.696 on that second lap. Ooh, that was a cooker. That was better than his qualifying lap, I think. So Matt is feeling it, and he's grooving right now around Brands Hatch and that McLaren. We got ATK's Death here. He's in a Mercedes, and it's only 2 seconds. The 2 seconds is not much here at Brands Hatch. One little wiggle, and it turns to 1 second real quick. We got ATB here in 3rd place, and ATB's just tucked in behind ATK Death here right now. He's in no hurry. He's chilling. There's lots of time on that clock. No need to battle and cost any more time to the potential race leader. Let's go battle for a win instead, maybe is what he's thinking there. He's just settled in. We got Sticky Bandit here in 4th place, and maybe the same mindset coming here. They're all very just separated just perfectly enough. They're still in the slipstream, but they're not really battling or costing each other time, so it's going to be interesting to see that develop. Trone here in 5th place, just slightly lost the pace of that group up in front, but he is moving and grooving. That now has Egon up into 6th place, so grabbing a position here is Egon, and Fast Ginger moving up into 7th. So whatever happened to Pete Snow there, everybody gets grandfathered up an extra position here on the grid. We've got CB now up into 8th, and he's made a move here as well, so actually made himself grab 2 positions there with that, so that's fantastic. Agent Orange in 9th. We've got Nolander down into 10th position here, so Nolander's made a mistake here somewhere along the way. We've got Miguel in 11th. We've got Pete here in 12th, and we've got Lucky in 13th. All right, so Lucky is first debut. This is his first league race here. Might even be his first ever league race. We're not 100% sure, but definitely his debut here in DDR tonight. CB Matt is a returning driver here in the series and looking to capitalize on another championship potentially. Maybe. We got ATB here in 2nd place, and he's looking real solid. He's gotten around Death there, so now he's on the charge for that driver up in front, and it's 3.5 seconds right now. So that little tiny battle there cost him a second. Just in that position change. So we have Death here now, and Sticky took a look there. You can see him move over there. He took a look. I think maybe he was looking for a reaction out of that Mercedes driver in front potentially. Let's just see if we could psych him out, but ATK Death, he didn't bite, not a bit. He just stuck to his line, and he kept going. So let's see what happens here through Paddock Hill Bend between these two. They're quite close together. Is Sticky going to try and get a good run? He definitely took a nice short cut through that corner, so he looked for that big run. Is he going to go in? No, he does not have positioning into Druids here, and ATK Death is just doing all the right things at the right times right now to continue to hold the charge off from Sticky Bandit. Drone Kobe, he's sitting here in 5th place, and he's right there. He can still see those drivers, so he is definitely within a battling distance here. That leaves Egon in 6th place as well, trying to chase Drone Kobe down in that Porsche. That leaves Fast Ginger teammate in behind here in 7th, and he's starting to feel a little bit of pressure here from Merch and Agent Orange, who's not that far behind there as well, in 9th position. Porsches are definitely strong here at Brands Hatch. We have Nolander here in 10th position. We've got Miguel in 11th. We've got Pete here in 12th, and we've got Lucky closing in 13th position. So nice little group of cars here in our Pro-Am division. Then we still have 1 spot open in the Pro-Am division. That's by design for the time being, just in case we decide we need to move a driver down from Pro or a driver up from Am. And yeah, just in case. Alright, ATB here in 2nd position and 3 seconds, so he has closed half a second up here on our race leader CB Matt this time around. Let's see what that relates to in lap time. A 25.2 from him, and it was a 25.9, so it was almost 3/4 of a second gained. ATK Death there is in 3rd place, and Sticky is starting to try and close back in here. It's only half a second, so he's definitely in the slipstream here, but as far as nimbleness around the cornering and power in the rear of the car. Oh, big save right there from Sticky Bandit. He just got a little too hard on the throttle coming out of Druids there, and the car unsettled on him, but he gathered it up and he got that thing going. It cost him about a half second there, so that's not too bad, but really good save there from Sticky Bandit. Trone here cruising right now in 5th place. He's trying to lose Egon, but Egon's just, he's like, no, I'm here, I ain't going anywhere. We're here, as he's cruising up in behind. He's in that slipstream, so let's see if he can gain here. Coming into Hawthorns, I think it's just too short of a run for those cars to top out there. We've got CB Merch here in 7th place now, so Merch is moving up the field. He is making up some spots here on the grid. We've got Ginger, and he's seeing some pressure here from Agent Orange, so pardon me, folks. And they gained on Merch there a little bit too as well up in front, so this is a great healthy little battle here in the mid-pack, as it always is in these races. The mid-pack always provides great close tight racing, and we can see Ginger, he's going to go defensive here on Agent Orange. Oh, and he went to go into the brakes there, and Agent Orange sent that thing on the outside there, and he's going to grab that position. So that was a nice pass there from Agent Orange on Ginger. And now we got Nolander here in 10th position. He's about 1.6 seconds in behind those two right now as well, watching all that go down. We got Miguel here. He's in 11th place. He's starting to look comfortable here. He's starting to gain some ground on... what happened to Merch? Merch down into 10th place here. Alright. Oh, coming into Paddock Hill Bend there. Just missed his turning in point and went in a little bit deep into the sand there. And he did all the right things right there. So GG's to Matt, to CB Merch. It sucks when that happens, but, you know, did the right thing there. He knew he had traffic coming in behind. He did not come back on the track until those cars went by. And then as soon as it was clear, he was right back on the road going again. So it cost him a little bit of time here, but it hasn't taken him out of the race. That's for sure. We still have 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, give or take. ATB here in second place, 2.6 seconds. He's closing in on CB Matt up ahead. ATK Death here is in third place, and ATB's starting to pull a gap here a little bit on third and fourth place. Sticky Bandit, he's still right there. It's a little give, a little take, a little give, a little take right now between third and fourth place drivers. Trone's in fifth place. They're separated by a couple of seconds right now, but he has opened the gap up on Egon as well. Egon here in 6th position. We've got Agent Orange in 7th. We've got Fast Ginger here in 8th. We've got Nolander in 9th. We've got Merch here in 10th. We've got Miguel in 11th. We've got Petey here in 12th. And Lucky Alpha in 13th position. Alright, so CB Matt, 3.2 seconds now. He has opened that gap right back up here on ATB. So what was the difference there? 25.3 and a 25.2. So not much of a difference in the lap times there. Interesting. ATB must have made a little wiggle here on this lap somewhere. Made a mistake to cost him a little bit of time. Or CB Matt just had a really good run that time around, and we just aren't seeing it in the live timing. We've got Sticky Bandit here in 4th place, and he is still right there. He's still tucked right in behind ATK's Death right now. We've got Trone, when the camera guy decides to catch up here, coming through in 5th place for the Humble guys as well. So THG sitting in 4th and 5th right now. We have TT's Egon in 6th position. Agent Orange is in 7th. We've got Fast Ginger in 8th position here. We've got Team Rad's Nolander in 9th position. We've got Miguel here in 10th, and he's closing in on Fast Ginger there as well. Pete here in 11th. We've got CB Merch in 12th place after that little bit of a mistake in Paddock Hill Bend there. And Lucky Alpha here in 13th position. Alright, so it is CB Matt as he comes around Druids and into Griffin Bend here for the 9th time here tonight. And we're going to see one more lap out of these drivers by the looks of it based on where they are around the racetrack here currently. We have ATB in 2nd place. We've got ATK's Death in 3rd. We've got Sticky in 4th. We've got Egon in 5th. We've got Trone in 6th. So Egon has made his way around Trone. Let's see if we can see that, or if we've missed it. It looked like he just had gotten around Trone right before that point in time there, so we did just miss it, unfortunately. And now we've got Agent Orange giving Trone the business here in behind with that Porsche 911 here. So let's see if we got something in Hawthorne's. This is a great place to make a move, in my opinion. You can definitely take it too wide here. We've seen it done plenty of times. Just got to be brave if you want to be the outside driver. But Trone doing a good job. He's holding off here, guys. They come into Dingledale. He's got this thing dialed in, and he's gaining on that Porsche 911. So weaknesses and strengths from each driver to each driver. So if the drivers are paying attention while they're chasing the next driver down in front, they're looking for those weaknesses when compared to their strengths around the racetrack, and that's where they're trying to set up for their passing move. But we'll have to see what these guys are thinking here as the race progresses. Pete here is now back up into the top 10. We've got CB Merch moved up a spot into 11th. Nolander here has moved down into 12th, so potential little mistake made there by Nolander. Ooh, and a big slide there from Lucky. And he is going to gather that car up, and he's going to get that thing back on the road here. So having a little bit of a rough start to the season here is Lucky Alpha, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We got Murray coming in with that sub over on the YouTube. We appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate that sub on YouTube as well. We got CB Matt here in 1st position and 2.7 seconds from ATB. ATB has looked real solid here so far tonight too. He just can't quite reel Matt in. ATK Death, who had a great first race start there, got that huge outside move off the race start, and just wasn't able to pull the same maneuver off here in the second race, and now he's found himself in third, trying to hold off Sticky Bandit here in fourth place. Ooh, big slide right there by Sticky. Sticky went for a big move on the outside. Oh, no, let's get back there, cameraman. Egon here in 5th place as he just enters Dingledale here for 10th time. Ooh, last lap, ladies and gentlemen, for most of these drivers here. We got Drone in 6th, we've got Orange in 7th, we've got Ginger in 8th, we've got Miguel in 9th, we've got Petey here in 10th. Merch here in 11th, Nolander in 12th, and Lucky Alpha rounding out the field here. But hey, he's giving it, man. You got to get the seat time. These guys will warm up to their cars. They'll warm up to how the cars drive. They'll warm up to racing against each other. And by round 3, round 4, oh, it's going to be some juicies. It's going to be beautiful action on the racetrack. It is tonight. But again, the drivers are just taking it easy. They're still getting a feel for each other. Some of them are familiar with each other, but some may not be familiar with other drivers' driving styles. So they're kind of feeling each other out here in this first round as well. It's Cody B coming in with that thumbs up. Hope you're doing good, my dude. We've got Egon here in 5th place right now, and he's trying to move up the field, but he's got a little bit of a distance to make up on Sticky Bandit. Almost 7 seconds there. Whoa, Trone there. I'm not sure if that was a little bit of contact there or what happened there, but definitely getting wide in the Surtsies. And let's see, it was definitely a battle in brewing here between the two drivers here, the Porsche and the McLaren. I think he just got into the marbles. Oh, he curb kicked the Porsche off there, and a little bit of secondary contact forced him out wide there. So that's tough. That's tough right there, but that's racing sometimes. You know, tires, when you bounce off each other's tires, it throws your car a little wildly, and then the curb threw him right back at that McLaren there. So be interesting to see what happens there at the end of the night here with that one, but we'll leave that to race control. We've got Fast Ginger here in 8th. Oh my, the leaders came across. Race 1 win here to CB Matt. My apologies. We got ATB coming in 2nd. We got ATK's Death in 3rd. We've got Sticky Bandit here in 4th. We've got Egon coming through here in 5th. Man, this race went by so fast. We've got Agent Orange here in 6th place. Troen coming across in 7th. We've got Fast Ginger coming through here in 8th. We've got Miguel, and he picks up some spots here and started to feel comfortable, and he's showing his pace now here in 9th. We've got CB Merch coming out, rounding out the top 10 here. Up and down race for him. We got Nolander coming through in 11th. We got Petey coming around in 12th, and Lucky Alpha rounding out the field there in 13th. Had a rough start there. A couple of spins cost him a little bit of time here, so hopefully he can recuperate that here in race 2. So, ooh, wow, that race went by before we knew it. That high speed rate in dirty air is so tough. It is. I bet. Oh man, I am so far behind on chat. Boo, double boo. Tough break for Death. That was an amazing start. Second time's a charm. Red flag was called for 3 cars involved with heavy damage, Sam. All right, replay saving. All right, let's go take a look at our finishing results. So unofficially here in sprint race number 1, round 1, it is CB Matt with the race win and fastest lap and pole position here tonight. So clean sweep there for Matt. We have ATB in 2nd position from Apex Sim Racing. We have ATK Motorsports Death in 3rd. We've got the Humble Guy Sticky Bandit in 4th. 1010's Egon in 5th. VPR's Agent Orange in 6th. THG's Trone Kobe in 7th, and 1010's Fast Ginger in 8th. We have VPR's Miguel in 9th. We have VPR Merch in 10th. We have Team Rad Nolander in 11th. We've got Pete Snow in 12th, and we've got VPR's Lucky Alpha in 13th position here for our first race. So that will put Lucky Alpha on pole position for race 2. All right, so we're going to give these drivers a minute or two here just to have a chance to save those replays. Let them chill out, hang out. We'll set that grid back up with a lobby change, and we'll do it all over again. How's it going, John? Settle down, get in a rhythm, boys. Wasn't he P5? Sticky getting frisky. Death smacking that move down. Hey, what is up, Christian? How you doing, my guy? A little too aggressive, but they're still moving. Great drive by the top three. Hey, nice drive. Appreciate you, Sam. Edward coming in with the like. We got David coming in with the like. We got Cody B coming in with the like on Facebook. We will catch up fully at the end of the day on everything that we've missed here. That was a pretty great first race here from our Pro-Am class in round one here from Roving Island World Tour 2 North America Edition, again presented by DDR, D-Dot Racing. That's right, the legend himself, D-Dot 90, all the way from the UK, sending this one down here to run in North America. And boy, it is a doozy. Good drive, ATB. A nice second place finish there for him. All right, let's go get our next lobby, shall we? All right, bada bing, bada boom. Race number 2 is up. All right, so we'll let these drivers check in and we'll give them a quick little break. All right, so again, huge thanks to TT Miss Devious for coming in and acting as our live race control here tonight. She is, of course, one of the administration team members here at the GT45 Gaming Discord and, of course, page here. So she is coming in. She's doing some live race control here for our Pro-Am division tonight. So the way that works for those of us that might be wondering what we're talking about when we say live race control is she is in radio communication with each individual driver and their teams. So they are not the teams are not to talk to each other. They're not to do anything like that, crazy like that. We had one driver leave a party there. Her job is there to, again, make sure that if a red flag is missed, that she makes that call, which she definitely, most certainly did there in our first race today. She caught what I missed, and that was the whole point of having an live race control, was to make sure that we have a lot more eyes on the racetrack to make sure everybody gets a nice, good, fair race. And that's what it's all about. We want a safe, fun racing environment here for our competitors. Yes, we are competing, and we're competing at a very high level here, but that's only due to the drivers and their skill set behind the wheel of these race cars. That's all the drivers right there. But at the end of the day, we still, we're only human. We make mistakes, and we can only see so much. So one of our changes from last season was exactly that. We missed a couple red flags last season for those of us that remember, and this is one of the ways to address that situation. So we're doing some testing on the live race control here this season, and if everything goes as intended and planned, and depending on the feedback from the driver community, of course, at the end of the season with the inquiry, it may be an implemented full-time thing. But this is just testing it this season. So far, in my opinion, it has worked very well. We got one driver not checked in. All right. So we're just waiting for one of our drivers to tick in here so I can set the grid. Let's go, Matt. A big race win right there for CB Matt from VPR Racing. That is one race. So we are, again, we'll do podium interviews like we have every season, but we're not going to do them after each race just because time. We want to get the racers racing first. And then if they can't if they can't make the interviews, then it's okay, right? Just give me 1 second here, chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so it looks like we're all ticked in. Let's set a grid. Let's set a grid. All right. No, we're not ticking in. We don't want to race. That wouldn't be fair to the poor pro-ams. All right, so it is going to be Lucky Alpha. He is going to start up on that pole position here tonight. And it actually looks like it put everybody right in the way they finished here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought the game did be a solid there for a second. All right, so it is going to be Lucky Alpha, Pete Snow, Nolander, and CB Merch. Then we got Mr. Miguel Nizzle, Fast Ginger, and Trone Kobe. Fast Ginger, Trone Kobe, Agent Orange, Egon Sticky Bandit, then it'll be Death, ATB starting in 12th position, and our race winner starting in 13th position here in this race. All right. So 2 more minutes and we'll get this thing cooking here. I know they're all ready to go, but we are going to give them that 5-minute break, as we always give 5-minute break to every division, and that's just to give everybody a chance to take a quick breath, get a drink of water, get a stretch, air pressure up the tires, get ready for the next race. Of course, the drivers do have to change tires for the next race as well. They have to choose either start on the medium or those soft tires as well. So, man, let's go. Let's go, Sticky. Don't forget to switch the screen. Gotcha, Chris. I am now caught up on the chat. Thanks, Leo. Appreciate you, my dude. All right. All drivers are ready. Let's go racing, chat. When race control speaks, the broadcaster listens. That's just the way it works. Even the broadcaster has less power than race control. Oh, that's right. Race control is the heart and soul of any racetrack, and we all know that, of course, as well. So, race control is what sets the rules. Race control is what allows the drivers to be here and be on track and, well, have great racing. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we appreciate all that support here at GT45 Gaming. Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing. Oh, we are green, and all 13 drivers get a nice, good even start. And look at Nolander splitting the group right there from 3rd place to 1st, and a big move from Rad Nolander as he takes that pole position away immediately. But, oh, we're going to have another situation here. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a situation here, I think, chat. Oh, that's unfortunate for those front runners there, as that was a massive, bold move right there by Nolander. And, oh, maybe not. Got one. We got that. We'll see. We'll see. There may be a call coming here. Alright, so it is Pete Snow here in 1st place. It's Rad Nolander in 2nd. It's Miguel here in 3rd. It's Agent Orange in 4th. It's TT Egon here in 5th. It's Trone in 6th. It's Sticky in 7th. It's Ginger in 8th. It's Matt in 9th. It's CB Merch in 10th. It's ATB in 11th position. It's Lucky Alpha here in 12th, and Death here in 13th. So Death might have got caught up in that there potentially as well. So ooh, there's a little intrigue. If one driver can come back through this field, that is definitely one of the drivers that can come back through this field, though. Now the real fun starts. The front runners from race 1 get up there. ATV. I just know most of these are driving under the we don't allow that on the racetrack. Come on now, what are you talking about? We got Pete Snow here in the early race lead. We got Nolander here in 2nd. We got Miguel in 3rd. We got Egon in 4th. We got Trone in 5th. We've got Sticky in 6th. We've got Ginger in 7th. We've got Matt in 8th. We've got ATB in 9th. We've got Orange in 10th. We've got CB Merch in 11th. We've got Death in 12th. And we've got Lucky Alpha here in 13th. So for the drivers that have damage, it's a tough call because they have to go 3 laps minimum on the tire they're on to get that tire to count. So they're going to have to deal with that or pit and take the pit loss. If it were me, I would deal with it until the bare minimum point where I can change my tires, get enough fuel to get through the race, and just go. Hey, Anthony, how we going, brother? All right, so it is Pete Snow in the lead. It is Rad Nolander here in second place, and he looked good. He had a huge move off that race start there, splitting first and second place, and absolutely heading into Paddock Hill Bend first. That was potentially the best move of the night, maybe even right there, right off the starting grid. We got Egon here in 4th. We got Tron Kobe in 5th with Sticky Bandit in 6th. Ginger right there in 7th place. That's CB Matt now in 8th in behind, and he is tucked right in behind that other orange and blue McLaren up in front there. We have ATB tucked right in behind CB Matt. So our first and second place finishers in race 1 are still right there from nose to tail and behind each other. We've got Merch here in 10th position. We got Agent Orange in 11th. We've got Death here in 12th position, and we got Lucky Alpha here in 13th. So I believe there was 2 cars that had damage in there, but I'm not 100% sure. You guys can see what I can see, so Pete here in first position though, and he is off to a quick run here. 1.5 seconds right now the gap is between him and Nolander, and then they've broken away from the field here 4 seconds. So 30-minute race, so there's a lot more to this race here. Miguel actually has a little bit of damage on that race car. We have TT Egon here now up into 4th place. We got Tron into 5th. We've got Sticky in 6th still. We got Matt right there in 7th, and APB now taking a look on Ginger there as he's coming down Paddock Hill Bend side by side, and ATB is going to get it done as they head into Druids. He's got a little bit of momentum there, and he almost got some contact there with CB Matt, just looking to get the line around the corner. ATB now up into 8th place. Fast Ginger moves down to 9th. We've got Merch here in 10th position. We have Agent Orange in 11th. We've got Death in 12th. So he is tucked back in with the pack here now. He has caught back up to the main group. Let's see if he can pick the field apart. Alright, so we do have driver of the day votes that need to go up here in about midway point of the race as well. So it is Team Rad Nolander here in 2nd. We've got Miguel in 3rd. We've got Egon in 4th. Tron in 5th. We've got Sticky here in 6th. We've got Matt in 7th. ATB in 8th. And Ginger in 9th. Now we have CB Merch here in 10th position. We've got Agent Orange in 11th. And Lucky Alpha here in 13th position. Alright, Pete Snow E-Racing. Alright, that's what it says on the side of his car there, so we'll have to ask him a little further about that here in the near future. But we have a lot of racing happening here right now, and his first place coming down through Paddock Hill Bend. Nolander chasing 1.9 seconds in behind. That Porsche's strong here. If he can break away, that could be it for Nolander's chances here. So he really needs to keep tabs on Pete Snow up in front. Got Miguel still holding strong here in 3rd, and we got a battle for 4th and 5th place between Tron and Egon. CB Matt now up into 6th there too as well. He's watching this go down, and is he going to try and take advantage? He does. He goes and scoops up the inside of Tron there, heading around Griffin's Bend. Ooh, big slide there by Egon, and that almost catches up the pack. We're 3 wide now as we head into Cersei. So let's see how the drivers sort each other out here. It's Egon in 4th place. ATB taking advantage, and he's going to leapfrog the whole bunch of them except for Egon. He's going to move up into 5th place, so he's not going to slot in ahead of CB Matt here. And CB Matt under pressure from Sticky Bandit here as well as we head towards Hawthorne's. At least Fast Ginger and Tron still right there in behind as well. And boy, oh boy, some of these drivers dropped a couple spots and some gained a couple spots there, but that was a great set of transitions through those corners, and we're all back single file. Let's go check it out. Egon holds off the charge here, keeps 4th place down. ATB's pressing here in 5th. He gains 2 positions. CB Matt still sitting in 6th. Sticky Bandit drops 1. Fast Ginger drops gains 1, and Tron Kobe drops 3 or 4 there. But great battle. CB Merch now on the back of this fight. ATK Death right there too, and he's probably very happy to see that pack right now. Agent Orange here in 12th place, so ATK Death has made his way around Orange now, and he is charging potentially the fast mover here in race 2. Early on, I guess, but it is Egon coming up Cersei's here for the 5th time in 4th position. ATB, he is right there. He's tucked right in behind there in 5th, and CB Matt is right there in 6th, and this is a very active 3-way battle for position here right now. And who defends, who doesn't defend, who tries to make the big move, or do they all just play nice? And we're side by side here as we head into Dingledale, Matt and ATB, and nope, Matt says, you know what, nah, this isn't the spot, I'm gonna wait. Ooh, Sticky Bandit gets a slide there, but he is still tucked right in. He got a great run on the pack there. there. He is re-engaged in this battle himself as well. And CB Merch, he's chasing. He's in 9th place. He's like, come on, guys, keep fighting. I'm coming. Fast Ginger's just sitting on the back of this. He's just being very patient, just a front row seat to all the action in front of him here right now. Agent Orange here now up into 10th place. Drones dropped down into P11. We got Death down here into 12th, and he's got some rear arrow damage there now. So, interesting. Can't hit my right button. Alright, so it is Pete Snow, big slide there as he came out of Druids there, and he's pushing really hard here. He is in sprint race mentality, that's for sure. Nolander, he is managing that gap though, 1.8 seconds. He's not letting Petey get any further up the road than that, and then it's 10 seconds to Miguel here in 3rd. CB Matt now, battling with ATB, looking for the cutback. Ooh, a little touch right there. Nice save there by ATB, and we are going to see Matt move up into 4th place. ATB come down into 5th, and Egon now going up into the side. Cersei's there, a big slide there from that Porsche, but no contact made there. That was a great car control right there. And ATB's just going to edge the charge from Egon out here in 6th place. Sticky Band is going to give Egon a little push here, and they're going to move up the inside here now. And Sticky's going to go on the outside here, so just moving around, keeping some clean air in that race car. We're going to see a lot of that as we have so many cars close together. It does create a little bit of difficulty sometimes driving. We're almost 3 deep as we head into Dingledale here. There is all kinds of pressure being had here. Sticky Band is taking a look up the inside. He's going to get the job done. He is going to move around Egon. He's looking for an ATB pass here as well. Sticky Bandit is looking for the twofer here as we're coming out of Dingledale, but no, ATB is going to hold strong on the outside through Dingledale, and he is going to hold that position heading up in towards Clearways. And look at this 7 beautiful race cars fighting for that position right now. This is fantastic racing right here. ATB still holding strong there right now in 5th place. CB Matt, he's gotten away. He is now on the charge to Miguel there up in front. We have ATB here at 5th. We've got Sticky now getting around Egon finally here up into 6th place, but Egon's not done. He takes a look up inside the Paddock Hill bend there, and he just can't get it done on that Lexus. So Egon down into 7th place. That leaves Agent Orange now here in 8th place, and he's taking advantage of all this healthy battling in front. Ginger and CB Merch here in 9th and 10th. Ginger moves up into 9th. Troll moves up into 10th there with Merch going wide. I'm not sure if he was helped wide there or if he just made a mistake, as these cars are so close together we can't keep up right now. What's happening up front? 1.8 seconds. All right. Let's get back to all the action. CB Matt tracking Miguel down. Less than 3/4 of a second right now. ATB 3.2 seconds in behind those two, but he has kind of gotten away a little bit. 1.1 second. He's opened the gap up on Sticky Bandit here in 6th place currently, and he has broken that slipstream currently for the time being. Egon here in 7th place, and Egon still fighting for his life here. He's under pressure right now from Agent Orange from VPR in 8th place, and it's Porsche versus Porsche here, so this is going to get straight up come down to which car driver knows the car better. Ooh, a little bit of contact there as he took a look up the inside, and Egon is holding on for his dear life right now, and he has, and Ginger is going to take a look, but he's going to hit the anchors right there as Egon was settling into his corner. Boy, oh boy, he's getting spicy in this mid-pack, but that was a great save right there by Egon with that little bit of accidental contact there from Agent Orange, and man, how he saved that car going through Dingledale at that speed off track. I don't even know. GG's. That's all we're going to say. Here we go, Tron looking up the inside, coming into Paddock Hill bend here on CB Merch, and it is just a feisty battle happening back here. Oh, and Merch just takes it a little bit wide there, and that is super unfortunate. He's been driving so well today here. We got ATK Death here. He's got that yellow flag, so he's just going to be aware. He doesn't know where that driver is coming down that blind corner. Great awareness there by Merch. Alright, so it is Pete Snow here in 1st position. We've got Nolander here in 2nd. We've got CB Matt in 3rd. We've got Miguel in 4th. We've got ATB in 5th. We've got Sticky Bandit here in 6th. We've got Agent Orange in 7th. We've got Egon in 8th. And oh, Ginger gets it wrong. Oh boy, big slide right there as Drone Kobe goes by. And he manages to keep it out of the wall there. He keeps no damage on that race car. So that was very lucky there from Ginger. Let's go see what happened there, as I think he just got a little too throttle happy there as we entered. Yeah, he got into the grass and on the throttle coming up. Cersei's there, and boy, that was a very close call right there, but he got that car going very, very quickly. So great reaction time, kept the car out of the wall, and he keeps that thing still battling in this race. So Pete Snow still leading the charge here as he comes through Paddock Hill bend on lap 9. When are these drivers going to pit is the big question here. We've got Nolander in 2nd position. We've got Matt here in 3rd as he comes across to start lap 9 himself. Miguel now in 4th is giving up that position to Matt. Now now ATB is on the hunt, trying to get around Miguel here as well. We have Agent Orange in 6th place. We've got Egon here in 7th. We've got Trone up in 8th position. Fast Ginger here at 9th with that great save coming out of Dingle Dell right there just a few minutes ago. That gives ATK Death a 10th place berth here. CB Merchant 11th. We've got Sticky in 12th. And we've got Lucky here in 13th. He has pit and fixed that damage. So that damage was definitely hurting that driver around the racetrack here. All right, we got to get some polls up. So we're going to jump on board with our... wrong button. With Petey here while we set these polls up. Ready to vote on our driver of the day. We're going to do Facebook first, and then we'll pop that same poll up. Oh, Facebook dropped out. Really? Alright, I guess we'll put the poll on YouTube. Shall we? But all right, keeping our eye on the screen to make sure we're not missing anything crazy happening here. Alright, so poll is up. Alright, so Pete Snow in the lead here has yet to pit. We have not seen too many pit stops happening here yet. We have Pete in first. We have CB Matt now here in second, which we've seen. Oh, we did not see, so I'm not sure what happened there. Somebody pit, obviously. We have Miguel here in third. We've got Agent Orange here in fourth. We've got ATB coming into pit lane from 5th place. That leaves Egon here and moving up into 5th. Nolander's also coming into pit lane. He has picked up some damage there. We have Trone coming into pit lane. We have Death coming into pit lane. Let's see what Merch does. Is he going to come into pit lane as well? He's got some damage here. It might happen. Nope, he's going to go around. All right, let's see what we got. Fast Ginger pit a lap ago, so he was one of the drivers up near the front there that gave some positions up. All right, so we got Lucky Alpha here who has pit for damage, but not for tires as of yet. The Sticky Bandit has just pit for tires as well, so it was Sticky Bandit, not Fast Ginger. All right, so Pete Snow in the lead. CB Matt here in second position. Miguel having a great race here. He's back up into 30, still hanging on to that damage as well. So it's a good drive from him with all that damage on that car as well. It's not easy to handle those cars, especially with front aero damage. It makes them very hard to turn in and get them a little bit harder to slow down as well. Plus, you lose a little bit of top speed, so it's like a trifecta of things that can go wrong with that race car at any given time. We have Agent Orange up at the P4 right now. Still owes a pit stop. We have Egon here in 5th. He still owes a pit stop as well. ATB is in 6th place here, and he has pit. So looking for a little undercut love here. All right, so CB Matt is in pit lane. Pete Snow has opted to stay out. Miguel has opted to stay out. That moves Miguel up into 2nd place. Agent Orange has opted to stay out. That's going to put him down into 3rd. Egon's coming into pit lane. Oh, and the 3-second pit lane infraction there for ATB. And oh, that is going to hurt his chances for leapfrogging CB Matt right there. Oh, that is unfortunate for ATB there. And let's see if you can get around Egon here still and at least get some clean air to charge from. It does seem to be the case there, but he's going to come out about 11 seconds in behind CB Matt there. So that was highly unfortunate right there. 3-second pit lane infraction handed down here from our race control, and that was a tough penalty to have to serve. All right, so Miguel here in second place. We have Agent Orange in third. Top three still need to pit. That leaves Matt sitting 32 seconds in behind our race leader right now, but only 8 seconds in behind Agent Orange and 21, about 6 seconds in behind Miguel. So he will most certainly gain on those two when they pit, but Pete Snow is, he may just hold that position depending when he decides to pit here. So it's CB Matt in fourth place, it's ATB in fifth, it's CB Merch here in sixth. Now we've got Egon in seventh. CB still has a pit stop as well. Fast Ginger here in 8th position. We got Trone in 9th. We've got ATK's Death here in 11th. We've got Lucky Alpha in 12th. And we've got Sticky Bandit here in 13th position. So when are our top 3 drivers going to make that pit stop? Can't believe Facebook crashed. Sorry to everybody that was viewing over on Facebook. That was just a gentle little surprise that I just came across there. Alright, so Miguel and Agent Orange have pit. That gives Matt and ATB second and third place back, and it's a big gap. Matt has 32 seconds to Pete, so Petey just needs to just do what he's doing right now and not make any mistakes, in pit lane especially, and he should be able to stay ahead of Matt here. So ATB's in third place, and there is a pack coming in behind him, so he's definitely going to want to get on that loud pedal here. We have Agent Orange in fourth place. We've got, Agent Orange going really wide coming out of Griffin's Bend there. Going to have some dirty tires. That might allow Miguel to gain some time on him there as he's trying to struggle a little bit to get some grip coming up Surtsy's here. That leaves Egon here in sixth place trying to chase Miguel down. We've got CB Merch right there in behind his seventh place, so he's gained a ton of positions here in this race just by a little bit of strategy and being patient. We have Ginger here in 8th. We've got Trone in 9th. We've got Nolander in 10th. We've got Lucky Alpha up into 11th. We've got ATK Death here in 12th. And we've got Sticky here in 13th. And I'm not sure what happened to Sticky there. I'm not sure what's happened to Sticky. Right, we'll catch up on all the comments after the race here, everybody. I do apologize. Alright, CB Matt and Purple Lap right there, 124.726 coming from that driver. We have ATB here in third, Agent Orange chasing in fourth after his pit stop, so good gains for him. Miguel's down into fifth. We got Egon chasing him here in sixth, and we got CB Merch coming in for a pit stop. Oh, I thought he had already pit. He has not pitched yet, so that is a scheduled stop there for that driver. That's going to leave Ginger moving up into 7th place. That's going to leave Trone going up into 8th. Nolander's going to jump up into 9th. Merch is right there. Where is ATK Death? Death might grab a P10 here as well on the way on. You can see the fuel going into that car right now. It comes out with 53% fuel. And some soft racing tires. And there we go. ATK Death is just going to get around Paddock Hill Bend before that driver comes out of pit lane there. So CB Merch going to drop down to 11th after that pit stop. Lucky Alpha here in 12th position. Ooh. And Sticky Bandit here in 13th. So I'm not sure what happened to Sticky here. I'm not sure. Alright, so there it is. There's the pit stop from the race leader. There's CB Matt. He is just hinting onto the straightaway to head through clearways here and entering Clark's Curve. You can see Pete's picking up some fuel right now. He'll be released from pit lane very shortly. It's going to be close. There we go. So the team has stopped fueling. Lollipop Man has lifted that thing up, and he is going to send Pete Snow out, and it is going to be 7 seconds, 7 seconds. Let's see. Less than 4 seconds, so CB Matt 3.6 seconds down the road from Pete Snow. He's got some scrubbed in tires. Pete needs to warm his up. This may be the time to make that big gain right now. ATB here in third place, and may potentially out of reach maybe for second and first at the moment, so he really needs to keep putting the laps down because it is a P3 right now that he needs to be focused on. We have Agent Orange in fourth place, and he's got Miguel and Egon starting to close in there in fifth and sixth place, and behind him there you can see Miguel takes a very nice entry in there, gets a beautiful exit around Druids there, but so does Egon. Egon pulls right up on the backside of that Nissan GTR, and boy, we're racing. We're definitely racing here tonight. So Egon here currently in sixth place. We've got Fast Ginger here in seventh. We've got Nolander in eighth. We've got ATK's Death in ninth. We've got CB Merch here in 10th. We've got Trone in 11th. We've got Lucky Alpha here in 12th position, and we got Sticky Bandit in 13th. So Lucky Alpha coming in for a damage repair potentially. All right, Pete Snow in the lead. CB in second place. He has 2.4 seconds, so he is closing in slowly but surely there on Pete. 8 minutes remaining. We have ATB here in third place at 16 seconds. Agent Orange here in fourth position. We've got Miguel in fifth. We've got Egon here in sixth, and boy, he took a wide exit there and loses just a little bit of time there to that GTR up in front. We have Fast Ginger here in seventh position. We've got Team Rad here in eighth. Nolander, pardon me. Team Rad Nolander. We have ATK's Death here in ninth position. We have CB Merch starting to put some pressure here in 10th. So Trone down into P11 here. We have Sticky Bandit up at the 12th and Lucky here in 13th. So he's got the right tire there, maybe no? I think maybe he made a tire change error was what we could have seen there. But it is Pete here on lap 16, and we're only going to see 4, maybe 5 laps before this race is over here tonight. So we are getting very close to the end. So if you haven't gotten into on that driver's vote yet, make sure you guys get in on that driver's vote. It usually goes on Facebook, but Facebook apparently went down. So it is over on the YouTube chat here. I don't know when Facebook went down, but... about 15 minutes ago. All right. Petey here in the race lead. CB Matt in second, closing in 1.2 seconds. He is really feeling that McLaren here around Brands Hatch today. We got ATB in third position here. We've got Agent Orange in fourth, and ATB is really starting to pull a gap here on the fourth place driver. Egon is in fifth, so he has battled around Miguel here and moved up another spot here with 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. Miguel in sixth place chasing. We have Fast Ginger in seventh position, and he has Nolander hot on his heels here right now as they come down Paddock Hill Bend on lap 16. ATK Death, ooh, half-second penalty right there, but he has time, he has space from CB Merch here, who is about 6 seconds in behind the ATK Motorsports driver. We have Trone here in 11th. We've got Sticky up into 12th now, and Lucky in 13th. I'm not sure why I sent us there. We have Pete Snow here in the lead, but you can see Matt's there now. He's in the slipstream. It's 0.6 of a second. I think that's ATB we see peeking around the corner there as well in third position. So ooh, it might be getting juicy. No, that's Lucky Alpha we see him behind. Pink and white. That was a pink and white GTR. All right, so our race leaders Matt and Pete Snow have gotten around Lucky here to put him a lap down here. And as they come across the line here on lap 18, they're separated by 0.4 of a second. So about a 1.5 race car lengths as they come across that start finish line to start lap 18. And with 5 minutes left, we are in a 3-lap showdown. Oh, and a big move here from CB Matt, and boy, it didn't quite work out. He's going to stop, he's going to slow down, he's going to give that back, and he's going to re-engage. So, big move there, attempt, but just didn't quite get it right, and does the right thing right there. And they'll re-engage here very shortly, I'm sure. ATB, he's 18 seconds in behind, so he's got some work to do there, but it is Agent Orange here in fourth, 5 seconds in behind our third place driver, so our podium might be looking locked tight here. We've got Egon in fifth place, and Miguel has closed back in on Egon, so we may have a rejuvenated battle between these two drivers. Fast Ginger's right here in seventh place, and he's trying to close in 2.7 seconds in behind Miguel. Rat Nolander here, and ooh, he's got some front aero damage here on this racing car, so that charge of Fast Ginger is a little short-lived, unfortunately, there, and now he's got ATK's Death to worry about, but Death also has some damage on the front end of his race car, so it's CB Merch here really that might be able to take advantage before the end of this race and potentially grab 2 if he can hook up a couple of real good laps here. We got Trone in 11th, we got Sticky in 12th, and Lucky Alpha rounding out the field here today. And we started with 13, we still got 13 on track, so here we go, coming around Clark's Curve side by side is CB Matt and Pete Snow, and here we go as we head into Paddock Hill Bend. And are we going to see it? Oh, and again we see a little tiny bit of a contact there. I'm not 100% sure. Could be net coating, it could have been a little bit of a turn in, but it's going to be CB Matt here now in the lead. We got ATB in third, we've got Agent Orange in fourth, we've got Egon in fifth, we've got Miguel in sixth, we've got Ginger in seventh, we've got Nolander in eighth, we've got Death in ninth, we've got Merch in 10th, we've got Trone here in 11th, we've got Sticky in 12th, and we've got Lucky Alpha here in 13th. All right, Pete now in second here, 3.5 seconds from CB Matt. We've got ATB here in third. We've got Agent Orange in fourth. We've got Egon in fifth. We've got Miguel in sixth position. And Fast Ginger is trying to close in there in seventh, but Miguel is definitely starting to put some pressure here in on Egon. We've got Nolander in eighth. We've got Death in ninth. We've got Merch here in 10th. We've got Trone Kobe in 11th. We've got Sticky here in 12th, and Lucky Alpha here in 13th position. So it's Matt looking for back-to-back wins here in our Pro-Ams. Facebook hates me sometimes, yeah. No, they might be doing some updates, or they might be making some kind of change, Murray. It is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes it just crashes. Or OBS has an update coming real soon, one or the other. CB Matt here in first place, Pete Snow in second. I think we had a driver coming out of pit lane there. I'm not sure which driver that was, but it's ATB here. Taking it really wide, coming through Clark's Curve there in third position, and he's catching up to Lucky Alpha there. We've got Agent Orange in fourth at 6.4 seconds to the third place driver. TT's Egon is still holding the charge off from Miguel, but boy, Miguel is not letting him just get away here, and it is about 2 laps to go here now. Ginger here coming across in 7th. We've got Nolander in 8th place. We've got Death and CB Merch now battling here. So again, Death does have that unfortunate aerodynamic damage on his race car. So side by side coming around Clark's Curve, Porsche versus Mercedes. The Porsche should be able to get a good run coming out of that corner there. Should have just, but he can't. That Mercedes just showing his prowess here, and he's going to try it again. Up to the inside, coming into Paddock Hill Bend. They're using a little bit of slipstream to try and gain that slingshot. Ooh, a little bit of curb action there, and great job by both those drivers there, and they're still side by side as we head into Druids. And he's going to go deep, and it's going to be ATK Death to come right back around the inside with the old switcheroo there, and he's going to come back up into 9th place. But boy, this fight's not over. It's still side by side as we head into Griffin's Bend and heading into Surtees. ATK Death, for the time being, is going to hold off the charge from CB Merge as they head up into Surtees. And boy, that was a great little fight right there between those two drivers. We've got Trone here in 11th. We've got taking advantage of that. He's almost caught up to those two. We got Sticky in 12th and Lucky Alpha in 13th position. Let's get back to our race leader here. He's coming around Druids right now, and this will be the final lap here. So let's get through everything real quick here. Let's make sure we're not missing any immediate great fights. We almost missed a great one there, and I don't think that one is done yet, and it's not. We're side by side here between CB Merch and ATK Death, and they both had the tires in the grass there. And coming into Dingledale, it's going to be CB Merch to grab the position on ATK's Death there. So persistence paid off there for CB Merch, and he finally found his way around ATK's Death Mercedes there. But boy, I don't know if that battle's done yet here, but we got to stick with our race leader CB Matt here, as he is almost halfway around the racetrack here. So we're just getting ready to get into Dingledale. Here we go, coming out of Dingledale. I can't remember what this corner is called. It starts with an S, I mean. But CB Matt here, and he's heading in. Ooh, big moment there from Sticky Bandit in behind our 12th place driver as he was coming through, and keeps it together by the looks of it. But it's going to be back-to-back race wins here for CB Matt from VPR Racing, and that is a strong season start for that driver. Pete Snow is going to come through here in the 2nd position. ATB, he's going to bring it home here in P3, so 2 podiums for this driver here tonight as well. And well, we're only going to have about 4 drivers to talk to here tonight, I guess, for podium interviews. We've got Agent Orange coming through here from VPR in 4th place as well, so great race here from VPR Agent Orange. We've got TT's Egon just holding off the charge of Miguel in 5th. Miguel's going to come right off in the back bumper there in 6th place. That leaves Fast Ginger there in 7th. We're going to have Team Rad's Nolander coming around in 8th there, and we'll go through the rest of our field as soon as he comes across that start-finish line. Which is going to be in about 6 or 7 seconds time here. So he's coming around through Clark's Curve for the final time himself, and a nice solid 8th place finish here for him today. Seems happy about that as he's flashing them headlights across the line. We've got CB Merch in 9th. We've got ATK's Death in 10th. We've got Trone in 11th. Sticky in 12th, and Lucky Alpha in 13th position. So up 12 spots. THG's Sticky Bandit for back-to-back racing wins here in round 1. Fantastic driving by these drivers, I gotta say. That was some good racing from our Pro-Am class here in week 1 of Roving Island World Tour 2, North America edition. Can't ask for a better racing start to a season than the 3 great races from our 3 great classes that we just had a moment ago. All right, so we got the replay saved. Let's go take a look at our race results. It is CB Matt from the back of the pack to take the race win here. Pete Snow in second place. It's ATB in third. Agent Orange in fourth. TT Zegon in fifth. Miguel Dizzle in sixth. TT Fast Ginger in seventh. And Rad Nolander in eighth place. Second half of our grid is CB Merch, just getting a beautiful job done on ATK Death right before the checkered flag dropped there for ninth place. ATK Death's going to take 10th home. Troan Kobe's going to come home in 11th. THG Sticky Bandit is going to be coming home in 12th place here in race 2. And Lucky Alpha is going to round out our grid here in 13th position here today. And great debut there for Lucky Alpha. And seat time is all good. So that's what the drivers need to do. They need to get that in ever so important seat time in. And well, they've definitely gotten that. So we're going to move over to this screen here for a moment now, and that way there we can still talk to you as I catch up on well, all the absolute interaction that you guys are doing out there. You're killing it. So first and foremost, thank you to Race Control for being here tonight, Miss Devious. Appreciate all that extra work doing behind the scenes there to make sure that the driving continues to stay nice and safe and fun for all the drivers. I'm new. How many laps? This one was 21 laps, and the first race was about 11 laps. There were two sprint races here tonight. Next week will be a 50-minute endurance race at Road Atlanta. We'll probably see 50 laps. Maybe not quite 50, maybe 35, 40. But yeah, no, it'll be a good race next week as well. This is wild non-stop position changes and battles. Roughly 21 laps in the 30-minute. Pit stops in coming about 7 minutes, says Lucas. Strategy needs to be pit for clean air with this crazy action, for sure. Early pit looking like a good idea. Yeah, it's a street fight out there. Yo, they should use that spin for GTA trailer. I know, right? From Fast Ginger, Cesaru, for sure. Knew there was a reason I flipped over to YouTube. That's right. When you read this, the race will be over. You're right, Sam. Sticky gone for a smoke. Be back. He's focused in. Facebook hates you. It doesn't hate me. Back to back for Sticky Bandit. Way to go, Marv, Merch, Miguel, and Alpha. GG's ATB on podium, says Chris. GG's, everybody. That was some great racing out there, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to go check on our booth. All right, we'll give our drivers a few more minutes here. We do have ATB up in the commentary booth here for his driver's interview, but we'll give a couple more minutes for Pete Snow, CB Matt from VPR. I can't remember who the other driver is, chat. ATK Death. That's who I thought it was, but I wasn't sure if it was him or Sticky Bandit. I couldn't remember. Alright, so 1, a 2, a 3. Alright, so 4 podium interviewees here today. 4. All right, we've got Death, we've got ATB, and we've got, looks like CB Matt. We're only waiting for 1. I like it. PD. Right. Okay, got it. No. What are you doing? All right, let's turn some audio on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to jump into our interview box here, and we're going to start with ATK's Death. So just give me 1 second to push a couple buttons here so you guys can all hear this fast driver. And he did very well last season in the DMJ Championship, and looking to definitely at least perform no less than that, I'm sure, this season. But coming out with a pretty good, very good start to qualifying, and a very good finish for 3rd place in race 1. And race 2 didn't quite work out for him here, and he ended up falling a little bit behind and having a great battle at receiving merch right at the end. But third place and 10th place finish for ATK's Death in our two races here today. So yeah, new season, some new faces on the track, and a whole different setup in the series. This series, how was it out there? And talk us through your race today, my guy.
It was a great time out there. Like you said, I did real good on qualifying, and I did real good in that sprint race. But I think I wasn't equating the difference in the feel of the tires and the slightly damp track coming in on that second race, and it kind of bit me in the backside coming through there. I made a couple mistakes real early, especially on I think it was turn three coming in. I came in a little wide, caught the dirt right at the end of the pad, and just kind of lost it coming into that. I think that just kind of set the pace for how it was going to end up going through that. But I kept battling and I kept fighting. I carried obviously I carried damage pretty much the entire race. I never pitted for it um, on race two, but overall it was good. It was a fun. It was definitely good to see some new faces out there. Glad to have some other fast drivers in here with us, and can't say I'm too surprised to see ATB and CB Matt up here standing on the podium again. So that's going to be make for some exciting battles coming this season.
Absolutely, and there's definitely some drivers coming in from last season's championship from DMJ that are definitely familiar with each other, and those three names right there, ATB, CB Mad, and ATK's Death are well familiar faces. So we're definitely going to see those three scrapping out this season for a hopeful Pro Am class championship here. So three splits this season. We're trying out some different things here in the series. So we had that in race control happening here in your guys' division this season. You guys are our guinea pigs, so to speak. How did that work out today? How did everything go well in behind the scenes there?
Yeah, Miss D did a great job of communicating everything that was going on. Even with that red flag, she was real quick to pop it up in the game and then immediately into the chat and let us all know, hey, back out. There's a red flag. It worked out great. I think that was honestly one of the best ideas and best changes to this season is to have somebody in there like that and keeping everybody in party chat so that if something does happen, we can all be informed and be aware.
Absolutely, and of course, and again, the situation did actually come into play this time because I didn't see the full weight of that incident. I only caught a couple of the vehicles involved in the incident, in the red flag situation in that first sprint race, and lo and behold, that new procedure change came in, doing exactly what it was designed to do, not missing that call. So you guys got a reset, and that was unfortunate for you. You came out with a huge move right at the start of the first start of race one. Got a great move on the outside coming into Paddock Hill Bend. Got delayed, got an early gap. The red flag comes in. You didn't get quite the great start. You tried the same thing, but boy, Matt, he was ready for it that time, and he kept you in behind him there, and then ended up coming up at third, though. So overall, pretty happy with how the division's looking here so far this season. I mean, what are you expecting this season? The racing is definitely looking like it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I really do expect this to be a tight group. I mean, just seeing these guys out there, and Miss D mentioned it in the chat whenever we were, or the race control chat was that mid pack battle in race two was incredible, and it was good to see everybody stayed pretty grouped together. I mean, yeah, first and second took a pretty good gap here, maybe a difference in tire compound, something like that, but on that race too, that mid pack stayed tight, and that was I think fourth place through what eighth or ninth at least, if not 10th, 11th.
That's
And
at some points
it's
it was
pretty
the
impressive.
majority. The majority of the pack was all clunked up there for a while. Absolutely.
Not trying to ruin anybody's interview. Great race, everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had twins like a month ago, so I gotta go. I just want to say, hey, Merch, good run at the end of the race, man. That was awesome, bro. Good run.
Hey, cheers, PD. We appreciate you, my guy. And yeah, no worries, man. If you got to run, we totally understand. But great job on that race finish here today. And I mean, if you got 1 second, you want to talk a little bit about it, we'll give you the floor here for a second, and we'll jump right back to death there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, like I wanted to be, great start. Not so much in the sprint race, but I had a great start there. Great run. I think I pitted maybe 2 laps too late, and I definitely overfueled by like a half a tank. But man. Matt had a great run in that McLaren, man. He was killing it out there. Great run to everybody. Great race. Thanks, GT. Man, it's been so long since I talked to you in the booth, man. How you been doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm glad you're excited. That's what we love to hear. That means you had fun out there.
I am, yo. It's been so long, yo. It's been so long, man. But it was a nice, clean racing out there, man. I'm looking forward to the next race.
Absolutely, and that'll be Road Atlanta next week. So we'll leave you the floor. Any final regards and shout outs you want to toss out there before you run, and then we'll jump back over to ATK Motorsport driver there.
Oh man, shout out to everybody in this lobby and this whole league. All the teams once again and let me come in, get some practice laps in before the races, after the races, on days off. I appreciate everybody, man. Keep pushing me and keep making me faster.
Well, cheers, brother, and congratulations on, of course, the twins as well. And we'll let you get back to your daddy duties.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good night.
Cheers. All right. Let's get back to our third place sprint race finisher, Death. There. Sorry about that, Death, but hey, that was nice and quick and great stuff. And a new father, and of course, Death is a new father here as well. So, how's the family doing? And we'll leave you have the floor and finish off your interview there with what you figure is on your mind.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, man, I had a great race start up before that red flag. I think I kind of so I started on trash control 3, which kind of screwed that race start up, let Matt get a little gap on me. But man, it was all great racing, and I expect that all this season. And just the family is doing good, as you asked. Little boy's growing. He actually just turned 1. So that was a pretty good time. We got to have a little party for him, and everything's good. I'll do my shout outs, let these other guys get their time in because I know it's getting late. And as always, shout out to you guys in the behind the scenes making all this happen for us. We appreciate it, putting these leagues on, letting us have some fun. Shout out to TAC Motorsports, always pushing me and getting better. Good to see a bigger presence with them this year coming in. Got a couple more guys in. Looks like we got one in each division, so that's always a plus. And biggest shout out I can ever give is to my wife and my kids and my family for supporting me and helping me get through this and do this and giving me the time of day to be able to practice and come here and run this with you guys.
Absolutely. Well, we're definitely glad to see you back. And boy, spicy Pro-Am class this season, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for a treat with these guys every Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. That qualifying flag drops. And well, if this was any indication of what the next 9 weeks are going to be, better get your popcorn stocked up. Great racing from you as always, and can't wait to see what you have for us at Road Atlanta next week.
Oh, thanks, guys.
There he is. All right, perfect. Cheers, brother. Hey, we appreciate you, Adam. We appreciate you, my guy. All right, so we got 2 podium finishers in both races here left to talk to, and that is Apex Sim Racing's ATB, and then, of course, our back-to-back winner, CB Matt from VPR. We're going to go start with ATB, of course. He had a third and a second place finish. So second place finish in race 1 and a third place finish in race 2. Tough racing out there, but boy, you sure looked settled in very early on, and you just didn't quite have an answer for CB Matt here today. So talk us through your night, my guy.
Yeah, I think I must have had like a setting wrong or something because I think Death alluded to it that the second race seemed a little bit more slippery than what I was used to practicing with. I finally kind of got used to it there towards the end of the race, but yeah, that first race, even with the red flag, I don't know. I think I missed all that, but I think I just kind of got a good jump on Sticky on both. And then just was kind of keeping up with Death and Matt, and just I think it just might have gotten clogged up in traffic a little bit on the sprint race. I mean, I saw the time clipping down a little bit, but I was also running out of the big the bigger clock time. I was kind of giving all I could in the sprint race, and then that second one starting in the back, it was just kind of working my way through traffic. I think I was up with Matt for a lap or 2, and then I think I got kind of stuck in some more traffic. So I think there was that, and then unfortunately I think I just clipped the pit exit on my pit and got that dreaded 3-second penalty, and I think that was not aside Matt's great pace tonight, but I think that was the big differentials right there. But I was throwing that GTR around that track as hard as I could, and just I just want to give shout out to to everyone. It was great racing. I think in the first race I was looking, I think the top 10 places were all separated by like a second, if that. And I was like, okay, this is going to be a tight field. I can dig it.
We can confirm it was 0.6 of a second from first to 10th place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't, wasn't trying to do the math on the fly, but I looked and I was like, that's pretty tight. So.
Absolutely. I mean, that qualifying was really crazy. I mean, we've seen a crazy qualifying out of the Pro Division last night as well. We expected to see that out of that close division, but we also knew that this Pro-Am division was very tight qualifying times as well. And I think your guys' qualifying was actually even tighter than the Pro Division last night. So, we always finish off with the Pro-Ams, and there's a reason why we finish off with the Pro-Ams for those that are watching at home, because the Pro-Ams, they just put on a show. Like I said, they're very comfortable at their pace levels that Pro-Am driver typically is, and they're not necessarily looking to gain that next pace level right away. Maybe they've just gotten into that Pro-Am rhythm and that Pro-Am pace level, and when you're comfortable at your pace, it provides exactly what we saw tonight. Absolutely crazy entertaining racing. I mean, race 2. We have a strategy involved. We've got a pit stop involved. There was a little bit of contact. It was a couple of drivers towards the backfield there. And, you have to manage that. You have to think about how much fuel is going to require for the time limit on the clock, how bad your tires are going to wear, where you are on the grid as well. You went for a little bit of an undercut there. And like you said, if it wasn't for that dreaded 3-second pit lane infraction there, it might have, if not worked, put you really, really close in behind Pete Snow when he came out of pit lane to CB Matt at the time. So, you were mid-race. You and Matt both just trying to pick through the field there to try and get up back into the chance at the podium there. And I mean, that mid-pack battle at times was 8 cars deep. You guys were 2-3 wide through corners. How was that? I mean, as a driver, you're just trying to get back up for a chance at a podium, and you're just caught in this absolutely crazy battle. I mean, how do you manage that? How do you stay focused? And I mean, what's the first thought in your mind when you finally look in the rearview mirror and you see a car length space between you and the next car?
Honestly, with that is just, it kind of getting more and more my feet wet with league stuff is just, sticking to my lane, given the space, especially on corner exit. I know that's always like a hot button topic of any motorsport rule book. But that's how I like to drive, because I've been on the receiving end of getting pushed a little far, or you pushed off on corner exit, and I always try and be as courteous as I can, going through the corners and stuff, giving people space, but also still keeping my pace up and trying not to bog down people behind me, I know that's the kind of give and take with racing, but yeah, like you said, going through that mid pack was, had my heart rate going pretty good.
That was entertaining. That was absolutely entertaining. I couldn't even keep up with all the position changing and the battling and the attempted passes and the passes. That was absolutely just so much fun to watch. But I mean, you had 2 strong finishes here today. You finished very strong in the DMJ season. Last series ran through here. There was about a 3-month break there, and we get you guys back on track. Like I said to death, a bit of a different looking series. It's a mixture of sprint racing and endurance racing throughout the season. So does your preparation change from the DMJ style series to the DDR style series, or does it stay the same?
I mean, for me, especially with this, with the kind of the split of the sprint and then feature race and then full on endurance, a lot of the preparation for me was car choice, and in those sprint nights you hosted, leading up to this, kind of helped. Like, I wanted to kind of go off book and do that R8 Evo, but that, sometimes towards the end of tire stints, that car was just a real handful, and I was like, I need to pick something that I'm confident and fast with, and coming off of choosing Nissan as my manufacturer on the last series, I was like, let me hop back into that GTR, and right away I kind of picked up where I left off with that. But yeah, just kind of looking at all the schedule, seeing where we're going, what was the sprint setups and what was the endurance. I was like, I just needed to pick something that I knew I was going to be good with, regardless of what, the schedule threw at me. And, 1 week in, I'm feeling pretty confident, especially after figuring out some hardware issues with my wheel and pedals. Hoping that'll kind of not fix but resolve some of my woes in the past. But we'll see. Come 9 more weeks where that leads me. But
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, sim racing like real racing, we have our complications, and our complication as sim racers is typically that is it's our equipment, our steering wheels, our pedals, our PlayStations, or our monitors or TVs, whatever it is that of course we're playing on, and in some cases our internet connections, just because we're a worldwide multiplayer style game here at Gran Turismo 7. So of course all those things factoring in are, it does put some wear and tear on the things that we use, of course, our equipment to sim race on. For drivers that have controllers, they probably wear a controller out once every 3-4 months, I bet, because the joysticks can only take so much. But it's like real life racing. A tire goes down, a shock breaks, you break a tire rod, you bust a ball joint, whatever the case may be. It happens. So it's kind of funny how it relates to real racing still, in a way, in a sense, because if your equipment breaks down, you can't get your car out on the track. So hopefully everything holds up for you, because I mean, great start to the season. You're gonna be right up there coming into round 2 at Road Atlanta. So how do you feel about Road Atlanta, I guess, in that GTR, and then shoutouts and thank yous?
I'm looking forward to Road Atlanta. I think last time um, the Group Three combo. I know there might have been a BOP adjustment since then. Um, but last time that combo was up, I was running the Nissan and having some pretty solid results. I just need to get on there and um, see how everything's going with the current setup that we're going to be running for that race. But I'm feeling pretty confident because I think the one reason I picked the GTR, especially the newer version, is it's fairly nimble in the corners, but it still has pretty good top end. It kind of struggles a little bit in the higher gears, um, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing if I can get my groove back on that track and seeing how that race turns out. But as far as shout outs, just want to thank, of course, everyone. You Ghost, for doing the commentary, and Miss D for the the live stewarding, and making sure everything was good there. And then of course everyone at the Apex headquarters. We have a pretty strong showing this season. Across all three divisions, and everyone's been really looking forward to this. And then also just want to shout out my wife um, and my daughter, and also my chief engineer, who's in my lap right now, saying, "Hey, it's bedtime." Um, but yeah, that's all I can think of.
Great shoutouts as always, my man, and congratulations on a great start to your season. And well, speaking of that clubhouse, let's get you back to the clubhouse so the party can continue on there here at Brad's Hatch. But congratulations to great racing, my man.
Thanks again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but definitely not least, our winner of both races, race 1 and race 2, is CB Matt. CB Matt came in with the pole position, the fastest lap, and the race win in race 1. Completely sweeps the board on the points there. He starts at the back of the grid in race 2 and finds himself coming across that checkered flag first. So back-to-back wins from VPR Racing. CB Matt, congratulations, mate. Absolutely great racing out there. Absolutely looks like you were 100% prepared, and it sure looked like the team really got that car locked in early on. So talk us through your night, man, and how were the races here for you tonight?
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. No, I mean, obviously couldn't have gone much better tonight for me. Came in, feeling pretty prepared. We got some pretty good reps in with the team to come up with a pretty good strategy for certainly for the second race. And I can't say I really love the track, but I started to feel a little bit more comfortable in it in the last day or two. So yeah, I came in feeling really good, and um, quali went pretty well. Pretty consistent for the most part. I start to see the other drivers starting to drop some good times there. So I was glad to be able to kind of keep improving throughout the whole session, and maintain that pole, because for me that was really important goal, to be on the front row anyway. at the very least. Certainly coming into that first and second corner, I knew there was going to be a little hairy. Um, yeah, I mean, start of the sprint race. Um, unfortunate for Death. Man, he had such a great launch in that first one. I had no chance to deal with it. I just kind of had to back off and let him take it around the outside. He just had so much more pace than me off the start, and he's pulling a little bit of gap, but I was able to maintain it. And then unfortunate red flag there. But second time around, I got a really good launch. And with that inside line, I was able to hold on to that position and really just tried to focus on putting in consistent laps, pulled out about a 3 second gap. And once I was at that level, I really just focused on, look, I want to maintain that, somewhere from 2 to 3+ seconds. So that I didn't have to push as hard as I could, because I knew there'd be some battling going on behind me as well. So that worked out. That worked out really well.
Absolutely, and really just exactly what you said. You took command of that first race, and you controlled the pace, and it provided the first win of the season for you. So, we moved to sprint race number 2. You don't get the chance to qualify. You finish first. You get shoved right down into the back of the pack. It's a new group of drivers this season. We have lots of unfamiliar faces as far as this division goes with each other. So you got 30 minutes, and you got to use 2 tire compounds, and you got to try and find your way through the whole pack to try and get a second race win. I mean, how do you prepare for that? What's your mental strategy? I guess as you're sitting on the grid before that green flag drops, and happy with how everything worked out, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I find it really tough to prepare, for races like that. Certainly starting at the back of the grid with a full grid, when it's all on the line. But going into that, I was really just focused on, look, take it smart, survive. Certainly the first 3 or 4 corners, but really the first lap. And through attrition, realistically, I was kind of hoping I could make up a couple spots, just because there's just so many cars in a tight spot. Something's going to happen to somebody. And yeah, things worked out through the first lap. I made up a few positions, and kind of kept chipping away at it. And that mid pack battle, well, as everybody has said, was intense. Like, on a track like that where it's so hard to pass, everybody was super tight together. Everybody's got different breaking points and different lines. Like, it was an intense, high stress racing, but super fun at the same time. And battling it out, with ATB and Egon and a couple other racers there. And at one point in time, like lap 6 or 7, I think there was 5 of us all together in a pack, and it just opened up for me on turn 2, and I chucked it down the inside, and I got everybody in one move, and that changed the race for me because I was able to then spring a gap. And I didn't honestly think there was a chance of catching Petey. Um, I think he was 14 seconds out or something like that once I kind of got into clean air. Um, but luckily enough, I kind of kept putting in good times, and caught him there at the end of the race. We had a little contact there twice, so the first one I didn't know if it was on me or not, so I kind of came off the throttle, let him take it back, and then unfortunately something happened there going into turn 1. We were side by side, and he kind of lost it. But awesome clean racing from everybody, tons of fun. Great to see lots of familiar faces, which helps, in those tight quarters. You can have a little bit of predictability, and also great to see lots of new faces as well.
Absolutely, and I mean, you were around and a part of everything that was happening here over the past 2 as well. Lots of changes have been made from last season to this season, especially in behind the scenes. How was that race control thing today? I know it's an uncomfortable situation for some drivers because they don't like to be in that chat because of that distraction situation. But how was that race control situation tonight in behind the scenes?
I think it's a great change. Obviously, that's one thing that is probably the most difficult as a host, to try to eliminate as many of those situations, for post race issues, right? And I think it worked really well. Misty was awesome communicating with us, leading up to the start of each lobby, making sure everybody was ready, reminding everybody about picking the tires that you want to start the race with. And then obviously the red flag situation. I mean, I haven't been racing that long, but I don't think it could have went any smoother from a communication perspective. for how quickly that all got cleaned up. And yeah, I think it's a great change. I think it's going to reduce a lot of issues, and um, it kind of increases the intensity. I found, before the races, when you're in the lobby, it's everybody's a little bit more game on. So yeah, I think it's a great thing.
Awesome. Well, the feedback's always important, and we'll be asking, of course, the driving community throughout the whole season how they're feeling about this. As we have it running in two lobbies. You guys are the full test lobby, though, so I mean, you guys got full race control going on this season. But it's glad to hear that it's responding well so far. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would have missed that red flag tonight. So for me, that was also a positive to see that race control kick in and do exactly what we designed it to do, and catch something that me myself as the host and the streamer just would have outright missed. So again, huge contribution to everybody behind the scenes, the officials and the volunteers and everybody around that makes the track go around, that makes the that makes these series settings and comes up with these great events, and of course to all the staff and the drivers. I mean, the teams behind the drivers. There's so many people involved in a 3-split allocation league like this. I mean, thank you across the board to everybody. But man, tonight's your night, so the floor is yours, my guy. You get those thoughts out, whatever you have going on there, and finish it off with some thank yous and shout outs.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ghost. I mean, obviously, couldn't have started much better than this. Dream start to the season. Unfortunately, I love next week. This car track combo I was really looking forward to, but I'm not going to be able to get the car out of the garage last week. We're out of town, but I'll be here for the other six. So hopefully, this started really well. I needed a good start to the season, and from a shout outs perspective, obviously, you Ghost for putting this together, for hosting, for doing comms. We understand and appreciate there's lots on your plate. Miss D, obviously, in race control, and the rest of the admin behind the scenes who are making this happen. Huge thank you. My family, wife and kids, let me get as much seat time as I really desire, which is fantastic. Um, the boys back in the pit. Doesn't happen without them. The one, we push each other, have lots of laughs, but everybody's getting faster and improving, and keeping it light and having fun while we're doing it. So that's huge. And finally, our sponsors, Foundation TS, Munson Restaurant Group, IMB Racewear, Archangel Sim, and Capral Sim, for supporting us as well, and what we're doing as a team and keeping on growing. So yeah, looking forward to the season. It's going to be awesome. Based on race one, I think it's going to be tight, and lots of excitement, hopefully for all the viewers out there.
Well, the viewers definitely seemed pretty hype up. The chat was absolutely flying on both platforms. Unfortunately, we lost Facebook stream about halfway through that second race. But we are going to announce our Viewers Vote Driver of the Day award. Thankfully, we got the poll figured out on YouTube in between races, too. Hey, look at us go, chat. There's always a reason for everything to happen that way. You know that, right, ladies and gentlemen? So it is going to go to CB Merch from VPR Racing. He is going to be the Viewers Driver of the Day vote. So there'll be some bonus points up for grabs for CB Merch here from the Victory Pace Racing team as well. So a little bonus to send back to the clubhouse there when you go join the boys back home in the pit there. But congratulations, back-to-back wins. We've seen that 2 out of 3 divisions here this week. And I got to tell you, all 3 divisions, it's anybody's game, it's anybody's win, and it's anybody's trophy to hold at the end of the season. Congratulations on great racing and great start for Victory Pace Racing here in the Pro-Am class, my friend.
Cheers, and thanks and congratulations to all the other podium guys out there, and looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers, top notch, I tell you. We ask some tough questions sometimes, and they are up to the task, aren't they, folks? They always provide great interviews. I just want to, wrong merch. CB merch. Oh, no, it's CB merch. You got Driver of the Day, my guy. The Driver of the Day award isn't necessarily designed to be the fastest drivers on the racetrack week in and week out. The Viewers Driver of the Day of award of vote is there for every driver on the track. We're not going to have the same drivers on that Driver of the Day award vote a week in and week out. We're going to spread that love across our divisions here, because you know what? Just because somebody doesn't win a race, or just because somebody doesn't have their best race on a particular racetrack, still doesn't mean that they can't win those bonus points. You guys were all debuts this season, and that was the way we rolled all week long. We brought in all the new faces. Our brand new drivers got put up for those extra bonus points this week, and today was you, my man. So congrats on that, and like I said, bringing it back home for some victory points, help boost up the standings a little bit, and we'll see everybody next week. So that's it. We had no more our Roving Island World Tour this week, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll be back next Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time with that absolutely crazy, action-packed amateur division lobby. And we're going to bring round 2 from Road Atlanta, 50-minute endurance race next week. And that's going to be a whole different style of racing we're going to see out of these drivers. So stay tuned on Facebook again for that reel. Do me a favor out there, guys. Keep smashing those. Hit those likes, hit those shares on the media we're posting out here behind the series. And stay tuned, for, of course, to the YouTube channel here at GT45 Gaming in the morning. We should have our Pro-Am best and worst moments ready there for everybody. Just to get a quick recap on what happened throughout race number 1 and race number 2 here tonight. We appreciate everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, the follows, the subs, and all the love. To all the drivers, the teams out there, we appreciate all the support. To all the viewers out there, we appreciate all that support tenfold. And we hope you enjoyed our broadcast this evening. We will be back. We will be back on Saturday for another great league here from GT45 Gaming. Our GTRC community is coming back with our Porsche Challenge Cup season opener as well, Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll have something going on in between then. But stay safe out there. Drive fast. Drive clean. Be smart. Watch out for the dirty air. And stay winning. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we'll see you soon.